Russia and China want to take full advantage of the chaos unfolding in Afghanistan, even as they conduct joint military operations. China even plans to formally recognize the Taliban as the government of Afghanistan.
You're sitting in Beijing or you're sitting in Moscow. Are you happy we left? They'd love nothing better for us to continue to be bogged down there, totally occupied with what's going on.
The biggest consequence of all may well be America's waning influence with both allies and enemies. Joining me now is a former Director of National Intelligence, former member of the House of Representatives from the great state of Texas, John Lee Ratcliffe. Director Ratcliffe, how are you?
Good, Trey. Happy birthday.
Thank you. The Biden administration acts, Director, as if what happened in Afghanistan was a surprise. I mean, you ran our nation's intelligence community. Is this a failure to collect the necessary intelligence, or is it a failure to heed it and act upon it?
Yeah, it's been frustrating, Trey, to listen to people on TV talk about an intelligence failure. You know, let me be real clear. This was not a failure of intelligence. It was a failure to listen to intelligence. And unfortunately, it's been a trend in the Biden administration. They didn't listen to our intelligence at our own southern border and created a crisis there. They didn't listen to our intelligence in the Middle East and allowed for an Iranian-backed attack on Israel. So this is just the latest chapter. But I can tell you, Trey, when I was Director of National Intelligence, I sat in the Situation Room in the Oval Office, not just with the President and our national security team, but with some of the same military officials and folks at the Pentagon that are still in play with regard to Afghanistan. And we talked about this kind of outcome, not just as a possibility, but as a near certainty if there was an unconditional withdrawal. But folks don't need to take my word for it. You can look at the open source intelligence over the last few months. Everyone should have seen this coming. The Taliban, of the 400 districts, territorial districts in Afghanistan, the Taliban 4 months ago controlled only 77 of them. By June, they controlled 110, and by late July, they controlled more than half, 223 by August 3rd, which is why 23 staffers that work for Secretary of State Blinken at the embassy sent him a cable on July 13th saying the Taliban are advancing fast. You need to move on this. The Biden administration didn't do anything. So this was not a failure of intelligence. It was a failure to act and listen to the intelligence that we had, that this was what was going to happen.
Director, if I hear you correctly, there was a way to withdraw, and both President Trump and President Biden had withdrawal plans. There was a way to withdraw and avoid this chaos and carnage that we're currently watching.
The plan that the Trump administration put together was designed exactly to do that. And we talk about condition-based, but one of the last conditions was we never would have gone below 2,500 troop level without successful peace negotiations between the Taliban and the Ghani government. Now, the fact of the matter is we'll never know because the Biden administration abandoned the Trump plan, which is certainly, you know, this administration's prerogative. But if you're going to abandon a plan, you should have your own plan. And in this case, they clearly didn't. And Exhibit A, to the point that the Biden administration really had no plan, was the fact that there would be no plan so stupid as to leave behind billions of dollars in the best military technology and intelligence. Was exactly what happened when we left the way that we are leaving right now.
Director, let me ask you this: outside of Afghanistan, what impact is this withdrawal and the chaos and the carnage having on our allies and our enemies? What are they thinking as they watch this unfold?
Well, you know, for our allies, it's as harmful and hurtful as it is for Americans to watch this because they stood by us. Some of the harshest criticism has come from our allies. British Parliament members said that what Joe Biden did was cowardly and shameful. And Angela Merkel's likely successor as chancellor said this was the biggest debacle since NATO had been formed. So these are our friends saying this. Now, as for our adversaries, they're not saying much because they're pretty happy about this. This is like, you know, this is like Christmas in August for the Chinese and the Russians and the Iranians, who will, again, get to go down a list of our very best military technology and weaponry and take what they want. And, of course, it's a huge propaganda win. They'll use the fact that America lost in Afghanistan under Joe Biden, and they'll use that to their advantage. But I think the real question and concern that we should have from a national security perspective, Trey, is how are they going to try and take advantage of this in the next 3 years? Last time Biden was in the White House, the Russians took Crimea. I expect, China to move in the Indo-Pacific, in the South China Seas, on those islands and territories, hopefully not Taiwan. But everyone needs to be concerned because at the end of the day, there has to be leadership deterrence. And what Joe Biden has failed to do is show that that there is a red line that someone can't cross. Donald Trump's harshest critics saw what he did to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi and Qasem Soleimani. And that's why the Taliban didn't break the agreement that we had reached with them, but they did with Joe Biden, is because they think they can get away with whatever they want. And we've got to make sure of the next 3 years that we are forward-leaning and try to put America's national security posture above everything else.
Well, Director, I thank you for your service to our country. I thank you for joining us on a Sunday night and for visiting me in South Carolina for the last 3 days. I hope you had a safe flight back to Texas. Look forward to talking to you soon.
You bet. Thanks, Trey.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.